Am I the a-hole for not dropping out of a house party despite it making my ex's new fiance uncomfortable? My ex 27 male and I split 2 years ago. We met through my best friend who worked in the same theater as him then, and the reason we broke up was because he didn't think we were working anymore. It was pretty amicable. I didn't put up a fight or anything, but I strongly believed there was no reason for us to be friends anymore. That always causes problems, but I'm still friendly with his friends, and I make small chat if I run into his parents. We live in a pretty close-knit environment. Don't ask me how. We live in a city, but most of my friends and his come from either the same uni or have a common hobby, or we roam around the same circles, and we definitely see each other once or twice every couple of months. My ex has a fiance now, and I am happy for them. I have never met her, and till now I thought this didn't matter or anything. We are all adults, or so I think. One of his closest friends, Peter, just bought a house. I am friends with his girlfriend, and we are both invited to the housewarming. I didn't think any of it. However, my ex texted me yesterday after like a year, albeit very politely, that maybe I could skip the housewarming as he was bringing his fiance and she will feel uncomfortable. I was pretty weirded out by his wording, so I called him. He said his fiance feels uncomfortable that I would be anywhere close to him, and the fact that they both feel like I sometimes intrude into their social gatherings just to prove I'm better than her to his friends. I got pretty mad hearing him say these things, and I asked him in what way. We are not friends, and I stopped hanging out with his friends the moment we broke up to not make things difficult for him. There were a lot of people in his circle I became close to, but I stepped away just so that things weren't awkward for any future partner. And how was it my fault? My ex explained. Two of his friends didn't like or respect his GF and thought her an airhead, and so did his parents. Our circles are, I admit, full of literature and theater people, and I admit some of them can be pretentious. Again, I told him that was him being a spineless BF and not my problem. I told my ex strongly that both Peter and his GF are my friends, and I would be going to their housewarming, and his relationship issues are not my problem. I have blocked him now, and his fiancée sent a long text on how she was sorry, but now I was apparently being vindictive, and how did it matter if I didn't go to a housewarming? She asked me to not make any drama and please respect her. I didn't reply and blocked her. My friends are pissed at my ex, and I haven't told my friend or Peter any of it yet. I think maybe I could have handled it any other way. Am I the a-hole? OP gives context on her relationship to Peter and his girlfriend. Peter's GF and I have been friends for a long time. We were even roommates for 8 months. Technically, I'm a closer friend to Peter than my ex is, even though they are college friends because of his fiance's antics, and Pete and another one of his closest friends are drifting away from my ex because he insists on bringing her everywhere and they don't like her. Out of all my ex's friends, it's only Pete I'm close to, mainly because of his GF. Plus, his GF and Pete met through me, so I am a very close part of their friend group, which is why I was pissed at my ex, because I can understand if he was telling me to skip his best friend's party, telling me to skip one of my closest friends' housewarming for his fiance who people don't like there, sounded so stupid. I know something too, not the apostle, but you should tell Peter and his girlfriend, your ex and his fiance are dicks. It is not your job to manage their emotions or insecurities. If she's uncomfortable, then she should stay home. Fry One Fat Manic, I agree. Peter should be told before the ex has a chance to spin this and make OP the bad guy. OP, Peter is one of those people who doesn't like her. Our circle is mainly filled with people who mix within a certain type of bookish thinking. Plus, Peter and another of my ex's friends think she is anti-intellectual. Most of my ex's friends are like that. Theater people are really pretentious assholes. Peter doesn't like her more because he thinks my ex was stupid to break up with me and couldn't handle it if I was doing better than him. Their friendship is already on thin ice, and I don't want to be the reason it breaks. Foxy, sly old Stady Fox. I was apparently being vindictive, and how did it matter if I didn't go to a housewarming? Call me a cynic, but the fiancé is being vindictive, and how does it matter if she or your dickhead ex don't go to a housewarming? Terror Alpaca. Unblock her and text her back. Your insecurities are not my problem to fix. If the housewarming isn't that important, then you and X are welcome to sit this one out. I will be celebrating my friend's next step into the future with them. Then block her. Fresh Caramel 8148, not the a-hole. You've handled everything fine. This is their issue, not yours. Anytime you are at the same location as them, obviously avoid them at all costs. And I would really minimize speaking about them at all. The more you can firmly say, I don't talk or think about you, the better. Oh, and the irony. Everything she said to you goes right back at her. You've done nothing in this scenario. It's your ex's request that's creating the drama. Update. Thank you for all the lovely suggestions in my previous post, which is why I am doing an update. I did go to the party. Honestly, after reading that yes, my ex had in fact lost his mind, I decided not to bother Peter or his GF, my friend, and just go and mind my business. It's not like my ex and his fiancée would come and scream the house down on seeing me. Again, I guess I didn't mention in my last post, and the reason I was more mad at my ex was because I have a very serious boyfriend. The idea that my ex's fiancée would think I'd go anywhere to spite my ex, despite having a boyfriend, was really insulting. We went to the housewarming, and I ignored them. I don't care. We are all adults, and I am not going to fuel drama. And my ex and his fiancée, her especially, made a fool of themselves. And at some point, even I felt bad because I saw how desperate she was for my ex's friends to respect her or take any one of her sentences seriously. Whoever she tried to talk to ignored her or straight up walked away. Again, Peter and my ex's friends are a different group, and I'm not friends with them, but the way my ex let his friends treat his fiancée made my blood boil. I mostly hang out with my friends, Peter's girlfriend's friend group, and I didn't speak or look at my ex once. One time he said hi, and my boyfriend said hello back, and we didn't see him near us for the rest of the night. His fiancée just asked me if my dress wasn't a bit too modest, and Peter told her everyone there followed the dress code, casual, elegant, don't ask me, I didn't make the rules, but she didn't. My boyfriend already loathes my ex, so we did not mingle near them again. Overall, I had a good time. We even got to leave early and have some more time to ourselves, watched a movie, and had a good time at home. However, what pissed me off was how much of a shitty fiancé he was, and how much his fiancée was trying to fit in and failing, and he wouldn't even help her. My boyfriend isn't just a bookish person, and he doesn't fit in with some pretentious people either, and he is very blunt, so some people don't like him. Plus, he loves video games and comics and has hobbies, which scare me. But we compromise and learn to adjust to each other's interests. Plus, if someone treats my BF even a little like how they treat my ex's fiancé, I'd cut them off, no questions asked, and I am already Elsie with a few friends who judged and made comments about him in the past. I really hope she leaves him if she has any dignity, or he gets his shit together. All in all, not my problem. Beasteen Armadillo 812, something about the first story in the modest dress comment has me thinking the new fiancé was an affair partner and she's always been insecure about OP. She's been competing with you longer than you realize, probably. Hill Mikkelsen. I agree with you. It seems like that girl was the AP of OP's ex-fiancé. That would definitely explain the competition, insecurity, why his friends treat her so badly, and why his parents don't like her. It would also explain why he doesn't respect or try to protect her. Why would he take someone with no morals seriously? I bet OP's ex-fiancé's friends and parents like OP more, and the girls in the group are probably making that girl's life hard out of fear that she'll go after their boyfriends, just like she did with OP's ex. OP, keep your distance from them. They don't deserve even a minute of your time. Surround My Zero 262. You handled this perfectly. Part of me felt like she didn't want you there because she didn't want the reality check, because she has now had the opportunity to see how you interact with people, how your boyfriend interacts with you, and how people interact with her boyfriend, and the paradox between your situation and her situation. It's a shame you blocked them, because I imagine if they were messages in backlash to your success via hers, they would have been glorious to read. But importantly, you don't care. In fact, you have empathy for her. That's great. Shows how beautifully you've grown over 2 years. On M42. Wow, you are a genuinely nice person. After she took a petty dig at you, you were more mad at how your ex's friends treat her than your ex was. I think that says a lot about your character and what a strong and confident person you are. Bravo, OP. Suitable, Bark 184. Not the a-hole for attending, but I think all of your friends sound like pretentious AHs. A dress code for a housewarming. And being rude and ignoring someone's partner because they're not smart enough or interesting enough. Mrs. Morningstar, having an excuse to dress up is fun, plus they're theater kids, so it just amplifies that. I doubt anyone would have commented on her outfit if she hadn't tried to throw shade at OP. She made herself look bad. OP, in response to a downvoted comment that claimed she hadn't gotten over her ex, wow. Because having empathy of a person, no matter how they act, is being treated poorly means that I have not moved on. NP. Caring about how others are being treated doesn't always come with ulterior motives, and my being mad at my ex for being a shit human being towards his fiance has nothing to do with my non-existent feelings for him, but everything to do with being uncomfortable with another woman being insulted in front of you. Am I the a-hole for refusing to babysit my sister's kids for free anymore? I have, and then babysitting my sister Lily's, 35 male, kids, Ben, Ella, 5, for years. Lily is a single mom, and I love my niece and nephew dearly. I've always been happy to help out, especially since Lily has a demanding job and often needs someone to watch the kids in the evenings or on weekends. However, recently, it started to feel like I'm being taken for granted. What started as the occasional evening has turned into me watching the kids 3 to 4 times a week, sometimes for entire weekends. Lily doesn't even ask anymore. She just tells me, "You're free Friday night, right?" Or, "I'm dropping the kids off in an hour." I work full-time and I have my own life and responsibilities. Babysitting this often has started to take a toll on me, both mentally and socially. I've had to cancel plans with friends multiple times because Lily needed me. She never offers to pay me, even for long stretches, and while I don't expect to profit from helping family, it would be nice to feel appreciated. Last week, Lily asked me to watch the kids for an entire weekend because she wanted to go on a trip with her friends. I told her I couldn't as I already had plans. She got upset and said I was being selfish, claiming I don't understand how hard it is to be a single mom. At that point, I calmly told her that I love her and the kids, but I can't keep babysitting for free whenever she wants. I suggested she look into hiring a sitter or finding a daycare service for the times I'm unavailable. She flipped out, calling me ungrateful and saying family should help each other without expecting anything in return. Now, some of our relatives are weighing in. A few agree with me, but others think I'm being unreasonable and that I should just suck it up since I don't have kids of my own. I feel bad because I know Lily is struggling, but I also feel like I'm being used. Am I the a-hole? Am I the a-hole for telling my brother I'm not babysitting his kids anymore after they ruined my New Year's plans? Whenever my brother, 27, needs help, I take care of his 2 kids, 4 female and 6 male. Even though I love my niece and nephew, New Year's Eve was the last blow for me. My brother and his wife asked me to watch their kids while they went to a fancy New Year's party. Friends begged me to go with them even though I already had plans with other people. They said they couldn't find anyone else. It was even an offer to pay me twice what I normally get, so I reluctantly agreed. They were supposed to come back at 1 a.m. so I could still hang out with my friends late at night. However, they did not show up at midnight. I texted, called, and even tried calling the party location, but no one answered. They finally got in around 4 a.m., and it was clear they were drunk. They pretended it wasn't a big deal. My brother laughed when I told him how upset I was that they had left me all night and said, "You didn't have anything important going on anyway." That hurt a lot. I told him they could no longer have me watch if they couldn't respect my plans or time. It's making my brother mad, and he says I'm being too tough. Am I the a-hole because she wouldn't watch after this? Am I the a-hole for not letting my friend copy my notes anymore after she told me I was too obsessive about studying? The way I handle school is very well, 20 female. It helps me learn better when I take detailed notes for all of my classes. Since the beginning of the semester, my friend Emily, 20 female, has been taking my notes because she misses a lot of class and says she has trouble keeping up. At first, I didn't mind because I thought I was helping her, but lately it feels like I'm the only one benefiting. Emily told our group last week that I overdo it with my notes and that I'm obsessive about learning. I felt pretty bad about myself as everyone laughed. I told her that was rude, especially since she was the one who was getting something out of my obsessive notes. She laughed and told me to calm down because it was only a joke. After that, I told her she could no longer borrow my notes. This week, she asked for them, and I told her no, and told her why. She pushed back, telling me I was taking the joke too seriously and that it wasn't a big deal. Some of her friends think I was too angry and that I should still help her because she needs it. Am I the a-hole for cutting her off from my notes after what she said?